Bobbi Jo says she only put her daughters, Maggie and Rebecca, into foster care to escape an abusive relationship. She thought they would be safer there, but the opposite happened. You see, Maggie and Rebecca say they suffered physical and sexual abuse by their adoptive parents until police finally intervened and arrested them. Years later, Bobbi Jo reunited with Rebecca and reached out to Maggie. But Maggie was so young when they separated that part of her does not believe Bobbi Jo is her biological mother. They have not seen each other in years, and today, these sisters will tell their story, and a DNA test will reveal if Bobbi Jo is Maggie's mother. How hard was it for you to grow up the way you did?
It was terrible. I always wanted my mom, well, a mother figure in my life, and it was difficult for me because knowing where I was and feeling like, oh, nobody wants you. I personally feel like my sister is, you know, she's gullible. She is very naive to what exactly happened in that house, and I say that because it's way worse than she makes it look. Like, just growing up was terrible. And
with the adoptive
yes,
family?
With the adoptive family.
Do you have any memories of growing up with Bobbi Jo? No. So when you're talking about how terrible it was, this is your adoptive family, which they were arrested. What happened to these people?
They did get convicted of child endangerment.
But they went to prison?
Yes, they did.
Okay. What was your relationship like with your sister growing up?
Honestly, the reason I survived through all that had to be her. I do believe that she takes this a little bit too lightly, but I love her, I always have.
What did she take it too lightly?
The fact that we were beat, raped countless times, every single day it was terrible. And there was times where it would snow outside and we had to stand out there hosed down in water for hours. And if it was hot, we had to put on coats and run laps around the backyard. And we could not stop. They didn't give us water, they didn't give us food, they didn't give us anything. And I feel as though it was wrong and it was brutal, and she doesn't see that the way that she needs to, and it's not our fault.
So she's come back in your life. Have you made contact with her?
Yes.
You talked to her? Mm-hmm. Oh, and did she ever say, hey, Mom, how come I didn't grow up with you?
Multiple times.
And what did she say?
It was a lot of different things. First it was, they tricked me, they took you because of this. Then it was weed and drugs. Then it was, what was the other thing? She said something about domestic violence. I don't even remember. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but.
They tricked her though, I like that one. Because people try to trick me out of my kids all the time. Oh, man, what's going on? Hey, bring my kids back, you tricked me. Now, you're a mother.
I am.
You're a young mother. Can you imagine, like, not raising your daughter?
No.
I just struggle with people that say, well, you know, I lost my kids and you know, and I couldn't be there for them. And I'm like, I mean, I would have cut off my left arm, you know,
exactly.
whatever it takes, you know. So it's just, everybody has reasons and stuff, but to me, you had two daughters and you didn't raise them and you come back in their life when they're adults, like, you know, how hard were you looking and how hard were you trying?
Exactly, and if my daughter did get taken from me,
why do you doubt if Bobbi Jo's your biological mom?
That is a little bit of a shaky question, I feel like. Like, I do have my doubts because she has never, ever, ever given me a clear story. Okay, this happened, this, and this. Each time it is something different. That is why I'm still skeptical. But also it's because I've never, like, where were you is my point. I don't know you. Like, when this all started, I didn't know her.
You still don't know her?
Not really.
Now, you haven't seen this woman.
No. I mean, we've video called.
Right,
whatever,
but I mean, you've never met.
Yeah.
This is supposedly your mother. You've never met her.
Nope.
I think it's horribly sad for a little girl to think, where's my mom? Like, okay. But supposedly, allegedly, Bobbi Jo might be your mom. You've never met her. You've talked to her. But she's here today. Let's bring her out. Bobbi Jo.
Where are you going? Hey. You know where I was going. Hello,
Hi.
my darling. It's about time to see you. Oh, honey. I love you any second of the day. You know that, right?
Yeah, but
Any
we need to
second.
talk.
We do.
We do.
You absolutely right.
Because why now? I don't get it.
Because you're mine for the rest of my life. And no matter what they did to you or did from you, you'll always be mine.
They took my life
You're
from
my
me.
life. You're mine. I laid down and gave birth to you, and I'm so very sorry. You deserve everything in this whole world. Every single thing in this entire world should have been yours, and they took it from both of us, and I'm so sorry.
Why didn't you come get me, Mom?
They wouldn't let me.
All you had to do was did what they told you.
I did do everything they told me to do. I did everything. Even the judge said, why won't you let her have her back? Why won't you let them have the kids back? And they said, no, we don't think she's fit. So then they...
Why did they get taken away? Or did you give them away? I don't know.
I didn't.
Almost I have no idea.
They were taken away.
They were taken away.
Why were they taken away?
They were taken away because I smoke weed.
Come on, man.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
You
Listen,
can go ahead
man.
and look at that. I don't know what else they
well,
told the court, but it was
Nobody's
because
kids.
of marijuana.
Listen, I've been around the block a few times.
Go ahead,
okay?
be around the block
I
a few
was a
more.
policeman in Chicago. Okay, I locked up a lot of dudes and women for marijuana, right? And never once did we take their kids away.
She took them because of that. When we went to go get tested, and you
Wait, let me
mentioned-
stop you right there. Have you ever heard the marijuana story before?
I have.
Okay, they took you away because of marijuana.
And I don't believe that.
Can you relate to this story? Need my help? Call 1-888-STEVE-07. So they take your kids away from marijuana use, right?
Yes.
What did you do then?
I went through every hooping channel that they told me to go through.
What'd they tell you to do?
I went to the abuse counseling.
Did they say
every time
stop
like I
using
was supposed
marijuana?
to. Yes, and I quit.
And you quit?
Yes, sir.
And then you never got them back
No, they wouldn't let me have them back
because of marijuana?
because of marijuana and whatever else
So
they said
then-
on the courtroom.
okay.
They wouldn't let me know
Okay.
everything that they wrote down in court.
Okay. So, because you smoked a joint, they took your kids away. They then get raped and they get sexually abused. They get tormented in cold weather, tormented in hot weather. They're in this horrible situation where people went to prison. The abuse was so bad because you smoked marijuana.
That's exactly what happened.
Really? Okay.
I'm
Hey,
not concerned
hey.
about that.
Hey, you know, you're here to try to build a relationship with your daughter. And if you want to stick with that, okay. I don't believe it. I don't think she believes it. But, you know, you want to go with that.
That is what it was.
Okay, you go.
said
You keep
something
going.
about an abusive relationship.
What's it like to have your two children out of your lives their whole childhood?
I turned into a severe drunk and didn't sober up until 2019.
What made you sober up?
The DUI I got.
And so when Rebecca contacts you, what was your reaction?
I never been so happy in my whole life. I've been sober for 5 years, thank you.
And what's that like being now with Rebecca? Do you have a closer
We have
relationship
a
with Rebecca?
closer relationship. I try to have a good relationship with her, but she's in Texas. So I do everything and anything that I could possibly do. If you need anything, I try. I do the best I can. I ain't got much because I really didn't work up to that. I didn't think I was ever going to see either one of them again. They pretty much cut them out of my life. And then I would go to show up to a visit. We were supposed to have a 2-week visit. I show up and they say, oh, their parents said you can't see them anymore. Them parents. You saw me at a psychiatrist's office every 2 weeks for an hour. I'd always bring food.
All right, let's bring your sister Rebecca out.
Hey.
Not gorgeous, baby.
Hey, Christine. I'm really, really sorry. It's okay, it's okay. Hey. Hey. Hey, I'm really sorry, okay? Hey.
Oh, bro, you don't get it.
I was there too. I know. I felt it
No,
too.
you don't.
I had to be strong for you because I was the older sister. I had to. I tried to protect you. I did everything that I could. I know, and I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry.
You two haven't seen each other in a long time, right?
More than 5, maybe
Oh,
6
wow.
years.
So long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, you probably have a little more vivid memories of growing up with it, because she says she has no memories of Bobbi Jo.
I remember a lot of things.
Yeah, because you were older.
Yes, I do remember the fact that my sister and I, we were put into foster care. We would get allowed visits with our mom. I remember one time we were with our soon-to-be adopted parents, and the last time we saw her, I remember my sister and I hugging our mom and crying.
Did anybody ever tell you why you were taken away from your mom?
Ain't nobody told us jack crap
No.
nothing.
So
Like,
you get
no,
put in
that's
this
my fault.
very abusive situation,
Yeah.
which you both covered. I mean, sounds just
Yes.
dreadful, horrible, but at least they did go to prison. Are you like your sister talks about, hey, I wonder where my mom is. What thoughts did you have?
She's dead.
That's what I was told too. Like I was like, she's
dead.
probably dead, or
That's what I
whatnot.
got, was she was dead.
It comes down to this. At some point, you have to say, I made bad decisions that led to my kids being taken away.
I did everything in my godly power to
Did you hear what I
get them
just
home.
said?
Yes.
Did you just hear what I said?
Yes, and I
you
did
made
everything
bad
that-
decisions to get your kids taken away. No. And it wasn't marijuana. So
It wasn't marijuana.
let's not play that game.
If it was,
It was.
marijuana,
No, I already know what it was. It was marijuana because I didn't abuse you. They
that's the-
asked you personally, does your mother abuse
That's
you?
the
And you
point.
said no, but she might abuse you.
did
that
you
was
or
the
did you
answer
not
that you
just
gave.
say it was domestic violence?
Okay, you wanted to know whether she's your biological mother. She came here, took a DNA test, and Bobbi Jo is your mother.
Oh, God. I was praying I didn't build this relationship for no reason.
No, we can fix it. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I'll get paperwork to prove my point.
Eventually,
It's
though,
okay. I know.
honestly,
I know.
eventually, you actually have to talk to me. You have to tell me everything.
Everything.
Because that's what I deserve.
Everything,
That's what
all
my
the
daughter
time.
deserves.
Your mother's here. She's in your life now.
Yes.
And for your sake, if it's a relationship that you want to pursue and it works out, you have your mother in life, that's great. I'm just going to give you a piece of advice moving forward. I can see this happening because I've dealt with it a lot. At certain points during this reconnection of relationship between you and your mother, she's going to try to play the victim, okay? She will. And if you allow her to play the victim, you're doing a disservice to the two of you. Because the victims in this story is not your mother, it's you, and it's you.
There is one thing I'd
You're
like
wrong.
to say though.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. I'm not a victim anymore, Steve.
There you go.
Yeah, 'cause you're my baby.
I can't be.
Better yet, because I love that. Because, you know what? I say this all the time. You can be a victim for a minute, and then move on.
No, we're not victims.
Yeah.
We're survivors.
There you go.
Amen.
So
My babies. My girls.
when you hear the sob story come out, and you will hear the sob story come out, shut it down.
Yep.
You're a mother now. Right? You'll probably be a mom someday.
Nope.
You know. Well, yeah.
No.
Fair enough, but you're a mom, and you know the feelings you're going to have moving forward, doing everything you can to protect your child. And that's going to be the mark that you
I would
leave.
never let my child go through it.
Exactly. So, again, I hope this helped you out. Now you know that is your mom. Again, I hope this relationship is what you want, and it grows, and it gets better for all of you. But again, remember that piece of advice I gave you. Good luck to all of you. Take care.